So as always, before waxing, you're going to want to do a fantastic wash on the car. So today we've gone ahead and we've washed the car. We did a contactless wash, and even with the nanotechnology, still didn't get all the dirt off. So I had to use a mitt wash. So I'm still looking for a product that's going to allow me to just power wash my car, then add the soap through my power washer, my pressure washer, and then just rinse off. For me, that's ideally what I'm looking for. I want to have contactless washes with my car that leave me with a showroom shine and show car ready clean. So anytime you're waxing, of course, as always, you're gonna rip off any tags you have on your mitts, on your microfiber towels, because these can scratch. Take off any jewelry you might have, rings, watches, and you need 2 of these. I've inspected them, they're perfectly clean, they're actually new. And you're gonna have one that's gonna be your applicator. So for your applicator, what you're gonna do with a ceramic detail spray or ceramic wax or sealant is on your one microfiber towel, you're gonna wanna get this nice and wet. Make sure your product is mixed up. You don't want to spray that. Now, of course, you can be wearing plastic gloves, latex gloves when you do this. I'm just doing my best not to put any on my skin. And how you apply it is you're going to rub it down the paint and apply it in one direction. Get that a little wetter. Apply it in one direction, and you're going to want to see, with the paint being wet, that it has been applied everywhere. Then you're gonna add a little more on, and you're gonna go in the opposite direction. All the way over what you've already covered, going up and down. Now, once you've gone both up and down, and then left and right, once you've made that crisscross pattern, you're gonna take your second microfiber towel, and your second microfiber towel needs to also be clean, dry, and you're just gonna take that off. Now, I'm not applying too much pressure, because anytime you apply pressure to the clear coat, you run the risk of scratching it. Of course, I've reduced the risk greatly by having microfiber towels. You're just removing the product. And you'll see when you removed it, you don't want to press very hard, press very lightly. It's a light buff. And when it no longer looks wet, you've applied your sealant. As easy as that. So here with any wax, whether it's ceramic, nano-ceramic, wax or sealant, or you're using a spray wax or a liquid wax, what you're going to want to do is little sections at a time. That's because you don't want it drying on and caking on. Once it's caked on, then you really have to apply some pressure or do a lot of buffing to get it off. You have to put a lot of work into it. And there's a possibility that you'll get carried away and you'll put too much weight onto your paint. Vehicles these days dent easily. They're not the vehicles made in the 1960s with extremely thick metal and extremely heavy cars. So you're just applying it on lightly in one direction, doing squares that will be about 2 by 2 or 3 feet by 3 feet. Really, whatever you can cover in the matter of a minute or 2. Now, usually you never want to do this in the sun. However, this particular product called Shine It, in the instructions, I looked into it, doesn't say anything about not doing it in the sun. So I'm just doing a little section for this demonstration. But when I did apply it, I did actually apply it in a garage to make sure there'd be no sun on it. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you try it out. Now that scratch is quite well hidden, and I actually had quite a bad one down here, And well, that's going to be a scratch that's going to require detailing, and some either compound will be my first test. I'm going to compound just this section, and if a compound doesn't do it, I may have to fill that in with either some clear coat or some paint. But for regular clear coat scratches, if you come to the back of the vehicle, and check this out here. The trunk scratch, which originally with no wax at all, this one was horrible. It's about 4 or 5 scratches, several scratches here that you can see. It's now actually, by using this product several times, it's actually filled in quite a bit of that clear coat scratch, and I'm very satisfied with the results. Now, I'd given it, the spray wax, a 9 out of 10 for being able to fill in clear coat scratches and hide them. And I'd say I'd give this an 8 or 8.5. I'm quite pleased, and actually the worst clear coat scratches I have are on my hood. So we'll go check out the hood now. So part of the reason I've used up a lot of the ceramic sealant is that I've actually applied 5 coats on the entire hood. Why? Because the hood is the part of the car that really takes a beating from rain. It's always, you know, absorbing the UV rays from the sun. So I really want to protect it as much as possible. And here I had some really bad scratching right around here. And you can see now that at 3 to 4 feet, they're no longer visible. You really have to get within a foot to really start to see them, and within a few inches to really tell that there's some damage on that clear coat. Now that's a section that ideally, if you have the know-how and the skills, you're gonna put a compound on that. And the compound, you know, you're wearing down, you're rubbing out a bit of your clear coat. So it's risky business, and I don't like to do risky business. I like to keep things simple and safe, or simple stupid as they say. Well, I like to say simple and safe. This is a 10 out of 10 on simple and safe. Now this is the precise method that I used to get my deep clear coat scratches extremely well hidden. I didn't want to use a compound, because when you do a compound, it's risky business, because essentially what you're doing is you're sanding down a thin layer of your clear coat, and you can actually sand down too much of your clear coat, and you could actually get all the way down to the paint if you're not careful. So I want to find a simple, safe method to hiding clear coat scratches. So what I've done exactly is I take my ceramic spray, I spray it into the crack, I wait a minute, and then I buff it off. So essentially I do that 5 times over, building up that hard layer of protection that the ceramic spray offers, and I build that up slowly. Done it over several parts of the car, and the results are great. So please like and subscribe.